Welcome, folks, to this 1-minute workshop with Grip Security. I'm Josh Mayfield. Along with me today is Asaf Shoshani. Thank you for joining us. Today, we're going to talk about this LastPass breach, where metadata as well as user vaults became compromised and exposed. And there are some difficulties when it comes to trying to discover where you might have a LastPass related user and SaaS connection, where a user's using LastPass to access and to do password stuffing to those SaaS applications. There's no API to get a quick answer out of LastPass on that, but nevertheless, there are ways around it. And so today, very quickly in this 1-minute workshop, we're going to take you through a quick process that uses Grip Torque workflows to extract information out of LastPass. There is a little bit of manual process there because the lack of the API. But then from there, what we can do to help nullify or neutralize this potential compromise by being able to rotate credentials that are potentially compromised being in a stolen LastPass vault. So Asaf, I'll kick it over to you and you can fire up your screen and we can take folks through the quick solution.
Yeah, thank you, Josh. So I'm sharing my screen here, and basically what we are looking on now is the admin console for LastPass businesses. So as you can see a lot of events, and that's the only thing that we are able to actually pull. And we were looking for a way, as Josh said, to understand what records all the users in the organization had in their vaults. And we found out this function showing the sites added to the vault by the users. So we created a kind of clean environment in order to demonstrate it. And we created 2 users in it, and we added few records to our vault. What we're going to do is basically export this report by using the export function. We will get a CSV. I pre-downloaded it here, and that's how it looks like. You can see the records and the user that it belongs to, etc. And what we are doing now, having this metadata, we have pre-built a workflow inside Torque that is basically going record by record, and for each record, triggering an access removal workflow inside Grip. So the way that it works is that we are taking this CSV, entering it to the flow. We're going and extract by the email, we are extracting the user ID inside Grip. By the domain, we are extracting the name of the SaaS application that the user has signed up for and kept the secret in the LastPass vault. And for each record, we are triggering an employee access removal workflow inside Grip automatically. Let's demonstrate it. So first we are opening this, the convert LastPass report to JSON. We are copying here. Yeah, that's the file that we have downloaded. We are copying all the sites here. And by having this inside here, we're just going to press manually test run. What is happening right now is that it goes record by record, one by one, and triggering an API call to the Grip system in order to rotate the password for each application. If we're looking on the dashboard and how it looks like, so you can see that in the workflows, the employee access removal, a lot of calls from the Grip API has started. Wow. If we will take a look on, I don't know, one for example, then we can see that for Dropbox, one of the records that we had inside LastPass, if we will look on, you see this one for Yuval Sarel. So the workflow has started, and the password has rotated successfully for Yuval. So he is no longer able to access the SaaS with the previous password that he had. And by that, we are kind of compromising the risk of reusing passwords across a lot of different SaaSes, et cetera, et cetera.
Right, because this could be a lot. I just want to pause you there. So what's all this mean, folks? is that at a larger scale, because of all that duplicate password behavior that you see within these vaults and these password managers that kind of allow you just to keep using the same password, if that vault is compromised, that could mean 60, 70, 80, 100 SaaS apps and access to them is also compromised. And so being able to quickly rotate what credentials were there in the vault and do it at the SaaS application like the workflow just did nullifies and neutralizes this compromised vault because the passwords within it are useless now. Is that what you're saying, Asaf?
Exactly.
Okay. And because there's so many duplicates, once the vault's compromised, you talk about the effect of a successful phishing attack on all those different SaaS without actually having to phish them. Anyway, very, very good point there. But you were saying one more final thought there on the workflow that was completed and the rotation.
Yeah. So what we basically do is rotating the password for this SaaS application for the specific user. So we are kind of promising that if there was a specific password that was reused among few different SaaS applications, it's kind of ensuring that this won't be the case anymore. In a potential breach, if someone is revealing one password for one SaaS for a specific user, he will not be able to use this exact password to enter the other different SaaSes that we know that this user has, because the metadata of the breach is out there somewhere. So
that's right.
And elaborating on that, if the user still wants to access his SaaS, he can do by his own the access revocation, the forget password mechanism by himself, ensuring that he will be able to gain the access for the SaaS application. It just will enforce him to reset his password and to protect himself, basically.
Very helpful stuff. So that's it, folks. It's a very quick fix. You do have to do some export, import. There are some workflows that you can leverage to do that quickly with things like Torque. And so we look forward to the next 1 minute workshop. But for today, that is your LastPass breach response. Have a good one.